Hello everybody and welcome back to the W12 universe. We are just removed from Night of Champions. One day removed, that's what I wanted to say. It's time to get this first show on the road with whatever we got in store for us first. I cannot wait to see what happens after such an eventful night, because Night of Champions will go down in history as just that for sure. Let's get this show on the road. Come on. I'm ready. Who's out first? Please. Someone. Hello? Many people in attendance. Monday Night Raw. Here we go. Oh, okay. This is just about the last thing I was expecting to see. It's not a contest. Mr. McMahon, the Raw General Manager, is on his way down to the ring. I'd like to know what he's got to say after what happened at Night of Champions. The United Kingdom are completely and utterly in control of Monday nights right now. They've got every single championship. Just about the last thing I think this man ever expected to see happen. He's got a smile on his face. He seems to be in good spirits. See if he can hold that up. What is McMahon out here to say? Oh, there's the old podium. What has McMahon got to say to everybody? Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you disappointed and defeated. I watched last night as the superstars of Raw let me down more than ever. The United Kingdom defied all odds. They won every championship on Raw. It is due to this that I am formally announcing my resignation as general manager. Oh. Well, that's not what I was expecting. You're damn right, Vince. Raw is our kingdom now. You don't belong here. This music was supposed to stop playing at this point. I'm announcing my resignation, damn it. You've won. I said I quit. We've all heard enough out of you, you old bastard. Now get out of our ring. Or do I have to come in there and kick your ass again? You see what happens when you back us into a corner? I don't know where Regal and McIntyre came from, but they're here now. We survive, we adapt, we grow, we dominate. We, like our homelands, reign supreme. Fist. For too long, my talent was ignored, wasted on SmackDown and NXT. But last week, I got a call from my mentor, a great British hero, William Regal. That man is now my tag team partner. We will never lose these titles. Mark my words. You know, I almost feel bad for taking Brock's title shot last night. Almost. But it came to me that the championship needed saving. From mediocre reigns, from mediocre champions, but most of all, its mediocre existence. I am proud to say you won't be seeing this title anymore, because as of today, I am champion of a far superior continent. I am the first ever European champion. Oh my god, Regal. That face! We have achieved everything and more, but I have taken it upon myself to go one more. Tonight, when I win our main event, I will become the new Raw General Manager. Oh. Okay, well, some strong words from the United Kingdom to kick off Raw. Really not the way I was expecting this to go, but we got some big news coming out of this that I'll be talking more about in a minute. Let's just let Edge do his thing first. I think it's safe to say we've entered some kind of new era here. A lot of change all in the matter of one night. Mr. McMahon coming out announcing his resignment as the Raw General Manager due to his disappointment of the Raw roster and their failure to protect the championships, to protect their brand. McMahon didn't exactly do a lot to help them, though. He didn't want Batista winning the World Heavyweight Championship. He handicapped CM Punk by putting him in a 1-on-2 match. And, well, there's not really a lot he could have done in regards to the United States Championship match, when we're completely honest.
And his opponent, accompanied by Nightmare from no place in particular, representing the Disciples, Jetstar.
Just a moment. Sorry about that. I was trying to investigate what all this fucking banging around outside our door is. The joys of living in like an apartment-ish building, I guess. People just like to slam their doors and let everyone know that they're in, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so after McMahon resigns, we've now got the United Kingdom coming out and declaring quite a few things. McIntyre getting rid of the United States Championship, replacing it with the European Championship, and there's Brie Bella. I mean, Nikki Bella, I think. We know she's been associated with the Disciples of Darkness, and she was told to keep out of this matchup tonight after Nemesis defeated Jack Swagger last week. Jetstar's going to face off against Edge tonight.
So this will be a one-fall to a finish one-on-one match. The first competitor score a
Should be an interesting one-on-one. No Swagger at ringside for Edge, but Nemesis at ringside for Jetstar. I can't really tell what's going on with Swagger and Edge when I'm completely honest with you guys. I don't know. They're a very strange little union. You know, on the why am I like out of breath? On the ends of the Night of Champions, you know, McMahon, he didn't do a lot to prevent Sheamus from keeping the World Heavyweight Championship. He didn't do a lot to prevent CM Punk, you know, from losing the World Tag Team Championships. He didn't do a whole lot to help out. You know, he could have picked anybody else to go for the United States Championship, but obviously, rightfully so, the top contender for the United States Championship was Drew McIntyre after Brock Lesnar. He was ranked second in line for the championship. You know, there's no fault in that. That goes beyond the United Kingdom, that goes beyond McMahon, that goes just purely down to the ranking system, which is determined by a whole mixture of things, I am told. Yeah, following that, we've heard now from William Regal that tonight in the main event, he's going to become the Raw General Manager. He's going to win a match of some sort. I don't know if maybe they got a quick inside scoop, or if because there's no one in charge, they feel they can go making matches like this, but I mean, somehow that's become official. We don't currently have an authority figure. We don't have someone in charge. What better way to find out who's going to be in charge of Raw than to have some kind of a matchup? I just hope that quite a few people are going to get a fair shot, and it's not going to be a simple one-on-one between Regal and someone else, because realistically, I think if we're going to have someone in charge of Raw, and it's going to be a Raw superstar, there needs to be quite a fair mixture of people in that match. So we've apparently seen the last of Mr. McMahon. That's a very interesting change that I don't think anybody was expecting, when I'm completely honest with you.
And there's the elbow. Edge.
You know, McMahon has been kind of forced into pursuing a career as a wrestler over on SmackDown. He's not officially a part of the SmackDown roster, but due to his constant interference in people's matches, due to him putting himself in matches, those in higher power than him, as he is simply the Raw General Manager and not the owner of the company or anything, those who were higher in charge than him decided that he'd have to pursue as punishment a career. Perhaps they might even find a diamond in the rough. They definitely did not. He's been getting his ass kicked every Friday on SmackDown. There's no telling when that is over. I mean, obviously, if he's resigned from General Manager on Raw, one would have to assume this could be the last time we've seen Mr. McMahon. I would certainly believe so. You wouldn't normally see 4 men come out and declare that McMahon gets out of the ring and go unpunished like that, but obviously if he's no longer in charge of this show, there's not a whole lot he could do. He's just given up. He's said enough is enough. We know Wade Barrett has just recently moved over here to Raw. That happened last night at Night of Champions. But another thing that I think is going to be on a lot of people's minds that we've got to address is that The Undertaker kind of seemingly made his move to Raw last night at Night of Champions when he took out Batista. One of the most shocking moments from Night of Champions by far. The Undertaker striking a steel chair across the head of Batista, knocking him out after Batista has just lost to Sheamus. Sheamus, for those that don't know, Sheamus went to attack Batista after retaining the World Heavyweight Championship, which he won in cheating fashion, by the way. He did not fight fair against Batista in the slightest, using a steel chair early in the match. After the match, he went to strike Batista with the steel chair. Undertaker came out and made the save, but then struck Batista down. He didn't indicate he was aligned with the United Kingdom in any way. He just simply attacked Batista. We're going to get more on that tonight, including a one-on-one match between The Undertaker and Batista with a very shocking stipulation, obviously with no one in charge. McMahon's one of his final orders for the night, Batista versus The Undertaker, in a #1 contenders match for the World Heavyweight Championship. The winner faces Sheamus for the title inside Hell in a Cell just 2 weeks from now. Hell in a Cell is going to be a must-see event at this rate. So much going on at the moment. I can't wait to see where it goes from here. Big eye rake by Jetstar, who has really, actually, I gotta say, held his own against Edge, a former World Heavyweight Champion in his own right, albeit for a very short time. I'd say Edge has done really well, and I mean, we've seen Nemesis. He's gotten up on the ropes. He's kind of tried his fair share of distractions, but he's not really gotten involved in the match. Much more than that. Nikki Bella, neither, standing front row in the corner. She hasn't really done anything to interfere in this match. This has been a very straightforward one-on-one between Jetstar and Edge. Honestly, I think this has been quite competitive. Also, still to come tonight, we've got a handicap match. CM Punk, after being let down by Kane, has demanded revenge, retribution. He is going 1-on-2 with Kane. Kane's tag team partner of last week, Mason Ryan, will be in his corner. I don't know what Punk was thinking when he signed up to this, other than frustration at the fact that he lost at Night of Champions. Kane came out and did not help him. Don't really know much more than that.
Opportunistic maneuver by Edge. Edge. Big move coming.
Oh. Nicely dropped Jetstar there. Oh, is he going for the silly move? Yeah, he's going for that top rope spear. He just doesn't like his regular spear that much. Gotta come from the top rope or it doesn't have to happen at all. I don't know what's wrong with the corner spear. I guess the AI just doesn't know how to use it. See? Went to use it and then went, I don't know what I'm doing. Although I think once you use a wake-up taunt, which he did because Jetstar stood up, dazed. I think once you use a wake-up taunt, you have a time limit and then your finisher disappears. So I think it might have just disappeared right as he got to the corner, to be fair. Well, now Jetstar is getting beat. Nemesis might have prolonged this match, but I don't think he's necessarily helped Jetstar in any way. Anyway, whilst this match carries on, let's quickly read some win-loss. Oh my goodness, this could be enough to get the job done. Not even close. Let's read some win-loss records in relations to this match, shall we? Although, what's Jetstar going for here? Okay, nothing. Lucha reversal by Edge. Jetstar comes into this match tonight 2-4 win-loss record. Last seen in singles competition just 2 weeks ago, losing to Edge. So this is a match for retribution as this feud's kind of carried on. And Nemesis once again. Edge, I don't know why he keeps going for the corner closest to Nemesis. Edge comes into this match 13-15 with one draw in his history books too. 13 wins, 15 losses, 8 wins this season, 6 losses this season. Definitely a more favourable season than his 5-9 season in the first. But we still got another half of this season to go. And again, Edge just keeps going for this top rope spear. It's like he forgets that Nemesis is there. And for some reason, the referee isn't doing a damn thing about it. This has got to be enough. No, okay, the referee yelling at a fan front row with his back turned to Nemesis, who's trying to tell off the referee. Not doing a very good job. Edge, excellent bend there. Honestly, really beautifully executed. What is that? That's not a Northern Lights, is it? Where is it? Might be a Northern. I think that's a Northern Lights suplex, actually. Excellently executed, anyway. Tremendous bend there. He's managed to hold that for such a long time. And Jetstar, you know, he squirmed his feet around for a good half a minute, but he was never going to put his shoulders up. He just wasn't thinking straight. And there's Nikki Bella, in case you forgot. What a weird opener to Raw that was. Honestly, truly just a confusing opener to Raw. But Edge victorious as he now goes 14-15 and 9-7 this season. Things looking real good for the Rated R Superstar right now as this feud between the Disciples of Darkness and the likes of Edge and Swagger continues. He got this one done all on his own, no Swagger needed. Who knows where this is going from here. As here comes Jack Swagger! Oh! And now he's going to show all the pride in Edge. Honestly, he looks confused. I mean, Swagger came out, he's celebrating, but he wasn't there when Edge needed him. I guess in the end, maybe proving that Edge didn't need him. I don't know. I don't really have an answer for why Swagger's decided to show up now, but I'm glad he did. Up next, CM Punk against Mason Ryan and Kane.
The following handicap match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, weighing 323 pounds, Kane.
Well, 1 week ago on Raw, Kane suffered a tag team loss. Technically, him and Mason Ryan suffered a tag team loss to CM Punk and Yoshitatsu. Tonight, Kane, no longer a World Tag Team Champion, competes against CM Punk, still with Mason Ryan, but in a handicap match. I don't know what Punk's thinking, why he keeps pursuing this feud with Kane, other than just determination and perhaps hatred for his former tag team partner. The Rebellion seemed like such a great unit, and they kind of came to an end far too soon in my opinion. I don't know what got into Kane. No one knows what got into Kane other than Kane. Maybe one day we'll find out the truth about that. But right now, Kane 16-13 overall, 6-5 this season. You know, ever since separating from Punk, he's been taking quite a few losses, to be honest. His record not looking too hot. As here comes Mason Ryan.
Representing the powerhouse from Cardiff, Wales, weighing 313 pounds, Mason Ryan.
Of course, Mason Ryan 1-6. Definitely not the most favorable guy in any match, let alone as your tag team partner. But one would think two absolute beefcakes like these two in a handicap match. I don't think Punk stands much, if any, of a chance. I'm not really sure what he's expecting out of this. I wonder what the future of the powerhouse is with McMahon standing down. Are those three actually allies, or were they just appointed together by McMahon? He's not here anymore, so they wouldn't have to team together anymore, if so. I haven't really seen them together in quite a while, to be fair. Kozlov's been completely and utterly absent from Raw. He's been exclusively appearing on NXT. No introduction for CM Punk needed, apparently. He makes his way to the ring. Very interested in seeing what Punk's game plan is in a handicap match like this. 14-22 record, 6-6 this season. A lot of losses in the first season, 8-16. He's really done well to redeem himself this season, and he's trying everything in his power. I mean, he won his first championship this season. You know, things have really been looking up for CM Punk. Oh, and apparently he quickly went back down to the entryway. Okay. He seems hurt. What? Punk, what are you doing? Well, oh, okay, fair enough. He didn't actually sign up for this. Yoshitatsu, he just used his hurt arm to pat Yoshitatsu. I'm starting to think CM Punk isn't being entirely honest with that injury. Well, Yoshitatsu, the hero that he is thrown himself to the wolves in this match. The poor guy. 2-on-1. Oh my god. I don't even think that Kane's gonna need to tag out in this one, if I'm completely honest with you guys. This is... Oh, no.
He delivers another slam. Kane, what could Yoshitatsu be?
What could Yoshitatsu do, honestly? Oh, he overpowered Kane. Okay, that's weird. Almost like my button mashing didn't seem to be working. Okay, I mean, he's got something up his sleeve here. I don't really know what. Yoshitatsu. Oh, no. Oh, Kane with the old top rope hand thing. Not quite connecting in any way, but hey, I mean, he got it.
Before he puts you away. And remember, we still have that blockbuster main event tonight.
Poor Tatsu, you know. This is not... I mean, he could have at least come out with Ricky Steamboat and made this a tag match. I don't know why Tatsu decided to go at it alone in place of Punk. Obviously, Punk's found himself a new ally, at least. That's just not the strongest, admittedly.
Is the longest running weekly episodic television show in history.
This is honestly already a very brutal match to watch.
Nice counter by Yoshi. Yoshitatsu has proven in the past how resilient he is, how capable he is of taking punishment and bouncing back.
Kane beating the hell out of Yoshitatsu right now.
You can see the wear and tear that this fight has taken out of these men.
And obviously Kane thinks this one's over.
One.
Okay.
Now taking a moment
Former United States champion Kane, clearly onto something here. Mason Ryan just kind of being made to sit back and watch as Yoshitatsu and Kane go at it, to be honest. I mean, I don't think Kane's got any interest in teaming with Mason Ryan. He didn't tag him in last week, I don't think. I think it was just pretty much a one-on-one between Punk and Kane the whole way through, if I remember right. And then Tatsu and Mason Ryan got kicked from ringside.
Crashing to the floor. Leg drop. What fiendish things are going through that demented mind now?
This is just getting hard to watch. Yoshitatsu needs to get the hell out of there, whatever he does.
Ouch, that's gotta hurt.
Jawbreaker, okay. Tatsu trying to fight back a little bit. I mean, we know he's got heart. We know this for sure. In an alternate dimension, he could put on a great match with The Undertaker for the hardcore title, maybe. But this is not that dimension. That dimension is deleted forever. Oh. Oh, man. Look at the twerk in that one, Maggle. Oh. Kick to the knee. Yoshitatsu, I mean, he's got the fight. He's got the heart of a warrior. I don't know if he'll ever win a championship, but he's hoping. German suplex, good lord! Really launched Yoshitatsu. Oh, I mean, launched Kane even. Yoshitatsu, look at this! Where the hell is this coming from? Oh my god! Submission hold. Is that going to be enough? Oh, classic Kane sidewalk slam.
Look at the force behind that leg drop. What's Kane thinking?
He's going to go for the jumpy hand. Except he overshoots it every time, apparently. Mason Ryan just watching on. I think what kind of frustration must be going on in his head watching this match. I mean, in a way, you know, the guy's getting paid to do absolutely nothing. You can't hate that, but in another way, this is definitely not, I think, what Mason Ryan had in mind. Very interesting fun at who competes in what has now been confirmed as the General Manager's Battle Royal. We're going to have a Battle Royal tonight, 6 people over the top rope elimination match to find out who is the new Raw General Manager. Hell in a Cell just 2 weeks away. We got to figure out the card for that show quick. And of course, no one ever quite gets up in the right position, but Kane chokes. Oh my god. Poor Tatsu. Oh. Oh, okay. Well, that will get the job done. Gets right back up just to get booted in the face. And Kane laying waste to Yoshitatsu all by himself. This was not a handicap match in the slightest bit. Yoshitatsu didn't have to worry about Mason Ryan for a second. Not even going to celebrate together, are they? Absolutely not. Not going to celebrate together. And hang on, Kane telling Mason Ryan to do something. What is that? Oh, come on now. Oh, CM Punk, where are you? Help this man! Jeez! Oh, hang on, Kane telling him to stop. Oh, okay. Maybe Kane has aligned with Mason Ryan after all. I don't know. Maybe he's aligned with the Powerhouse. Maybe McMahon managed to buy him out right before he left. Who knows what is going on? Anyway, up next we're going to hear from The Undertaker, who has said he will explain his actions to us all next. Batista, tonight, you will feel my wrath. Last night was only a taste, but I know you're wondering why, so allow me to explain. Months ago, 2 men crossed me in an attempt to kill that which will never die. I made my return and was immediately injured once again by Stone Cold. It has become everything to me to bring Austin to his demise. But I was informed that upon my imminent return, I would not face Austin. I would have to prove myself. I am the Undertaker. I am the Reaper. I create my own path. So I chose you, Batista. In defeating you, I will have proven my rights to go to hell, where I will end Sheamus. Once Sheamus is brought to his eternal demise, I will reclaim a former possession. And 1 month later at Bragging Rights, when champions collide, Austin feels my wrath. It all starts with you, Batista, my pawn. Tonight, you will rest in peace. Well, we're returning here on Raw after some strong words from The Undertaker, making it all very clear why he did what he did, though, at least.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Approaching the ring from Washington, D.C., weighing 290 pounds.
I got me a Mento in my mouth. Hang on. You know those things you put with Coke? Yeah, you can actually eat them too. I thought I had more time. I forgot how quickly this game loads when the match doesn't involve custom people. Whoops. Well, Batista, he's come out here. He's ready for The Undertaker, and he is pissed. Last night, struck down by The Undertaker when he thought that he had some backup against Sheamus against the United Kingdom. But the one thing that's almost redeeming to know is that The Undertaker is not an ally of the United Kingdom. The Undertaker is strictly someone who wants revenge against Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's seen that Bragging Rights is coming up in just about a month. It's the first ever and the only ever show where Raw and SmackDown are going to go head to head. And he wants to be the world champion that faces SmackDown's world champion at Bragging Rights. He wants the one-on-one match, champion versus champion. He wants to put down Stone Cold Steve Austin. Fans obviously not forgiving The Undertaker just yet for his actions against Batista. A strong fan favorite, clearly. So for clarification purposes, The Undertaker is not officially a part of Raw. He is not a member of the Raw roster at all. This man is strictly here to capture Raw's World Championship where he will then have to compete on Raw until he loses the championship. And after he captures the World Heavyweight Championship, The Undertaker is then going to defeat Stone Cold Steve Austin, in his words, at bragging rights, and get his redemption against the man who put him on the shelf. And one would have to assume after that, he'd get it at John Cena and Mark Henry, or the crew as a whole if he feels like it, for being the ones that put him on the shelf to begin with. For the first time ever, The Undertaker is here on Raw. This is completely unheard of in the past. The Undertaker has strictly been a member of the SmackDown roster. But he comes tonight to Raw, full of determination. These fans are not pleased with him for his actions. This is a reception I never thought I'd hear The Undertaker get. It doesn't bother him at all. The winner of this match meets Sheamus inside Hell in a Cell, something The Undertaker is very fond of, and there is Heath Slater, in case you were wondering. Did you want to know where Heath Slater was tonight? Well, he's in attendance. We'd like to thank SmackDown superstar Heath Slater for coming out tonight to this show. What a star he is. And The Undertaker is full of determination. This is nothing personal, as he referred to Batista in his promo, his speech earlier tonight. He is simply a pawn in The Undertaker's motives to capture the World Heavyweight Championship. A possession that was once The Undertaker's. What he means by that, of course, the first ever World Heavyweight Champion, the first ever two-time World Heavyweight Champion as well. The Undertaker has got a lot of vengeance currently on his mind.
He's got him up. Oh my word, what a slam.
Batista is definitely not at 100% after taking multiple steel chair shots last night at Night of Champions, including one from The Undertaker. So this is not the most favorable matchup, but of course the winner of this match meets Sheamus inside Hell in a Cell for the World Heavyweight Championship. That has got to fuel The Undertaker like nothing else. It's so good to see him return from injury. It's just unfortunate the circumstances in which he's gone and done it. But he's obsessed. He needs to get revenge on those that wronged him, those that put him down. And there you see celebrity guest Heath Slater, completely in his wrestling gear, in attendance for watching this Monday Night Raw episode live from the crowd.
He's got evil intentions telegraphed.
Batista, I think, doing a fair bit in this match for a guy who sustained some minor injuries at the hands of both Sheamus and The Undertaker last night at Night of Champions. Considering this is just 24 hours later, I think it is impressive that Batista is able to compete, but he wanted this. He has taken Undertaker's attack incredibly personally. I don't know if that message from The Undertaker will have done anything to have changed Batista. One would have to guess, probably not, though.
And the sound of human flesh on the ground echoes around the arena. Intercepted.
Undertaker wants to make very quick work of Batista, and you're seeing it in the way he's fighting. This is not your traditional Batista matchup. You know, I feel like in another world, when Undertaker wasn't this fueled, when these two were a little more even, you could be in for a really great competitive matchup. But right now, Undertaker is just, he's in a anything it takes mood. He wants to put down Batista quick, fast, painlessly, and he wants to become the World Heavyweight Champion. It's not even anything against Sheamus or the United Kingdom. The Undertaker strictly just wants to take what he feels is his, and what he feels is his is revenge against Stone Cold Steve Austin, and it comes at the price of Batista, it comes at the price of Sheamus's World Heavyweight Championship reign. Whatever it is, I'm trying to interpret what The Undertaker said earlier tonight, and I feel like what he meant when he said he was denied his right to revenge to Austin is that he is, due to his injuries, due to all the losses he was suffering whilst fighting through injuries, he is nowhere near top contender for the WWE Championship over on SmackDown. So he's kind of forced his way over here to Raw, forced his way into the title scene by attacking the #1 contender, by threatening the World Heavyweight Champion with a steel chair. I feel like basically The Undertaker has made himself a top star here on Raw. This was a very thought out and strategical plan on the part of The Undertaker, but honestly you'd expect nothing less. Oh boy, Batista. I mean, he's delivered his fair share of power bombs, but has he ever had the last ride?
Oh my gosh, his neck and back and shook over here. One and a kick out by
Oh
the
wow.
Whoa!
Undertaker, as I said, he's trying to make such light work of Batista, and I think he's got to be thankful of those steel chair shots from both Sheamus and himself last night. This is not a Batista at 100%, and The Undertaker has just made himself the #1 contender to Sheamus' World Heavyweight Championship with relative ease, treating Batista like he was nothing.
We knew he felt he had to win this one tonight.
He needed this. This is the beginning of his redemption.
The biggest in his life.
Undertaker emerges from this one victorious. The fans may not like it. We've all been wanting to see Batista get his fair one-on-one match with Sheamus, which he still hasn't had. But this came out of left field. This was very unexpected. But it is what it is. The Undertaker is locked in. A SmackDown superstar competing for the World Heavyweight Championship at Hell in a Cell. Wait a second, what the hell is he? Huh?
We've got company. No, we need to get some order out here.
Heath Slater? Perhaps delivering a message from SmackDown, I guess. I don't really know. I'm going to just pretend that didn't happen. As we move on, up next, our main event. Who will be the next Raw General Manager? We find out in this 6-man Battle Royal. We return here on Raw, waiting for the 6 participants. We've been told there's some special guests from SmackDown. Oh, let's see.
The following contest is a 6-man over-the-top rope battle royal. Introducing first, from Pineville, West Virginia, weighing 232 pounds, Heath Slater.
I like that in his entrance video, he's already wearing tights. But in the game, they gave him trunks anyway. Heath Slater, I see. This now makes a lot of sense. Perhaps Slater had assumed he was going to win this General Manager Battle Royal, and he was, in his mind at least, protecting his brand by attacking The Undertaker, an invader from SmackDown, much like himself. The thing is, whoever wins this Battle Royal, they still remain a superstar of their brand, so... Well, someone like Ted DiBiase is a perfect example.
From West Palm Beach, Florida, weighing 235 pounds, Ted DiBiase.
If Ted DiBiase is to win this Battle Royal, he becomes the general manager of a brand he's on. It sounds pretty favorable in a way. I mean, you can do whatever the hell you want when you're in charge. I mean, obviously, you know, there are punishments. You know, there are people higher up above you that if they notice you're doing things like putting yourself in championship matches or, you know, aligning yourself with 3 guys that you're going to try and force to be the top guys of the show, there are punishments at hand. That's why Teddy Long over on SmackDown has never had to compete in a match in his life, is because he's been a very unbiased general manager. You know, he's got the crew just wrecking havoc over on SmackDown. He had the Misfits before that, and he's always just kind of stood by and tried to just do his best as a boss, as a professional, unlike Mr. McMahon here on Raw. So as long as you're kind of careful with how you do it, then fair enough. But well, this one spells trouble. The new European champion, Drew McIntyre, the first ever European champion, as he's declared himself, which is true. There hasn't been one before him. It's a belt he just introduced. And there it is for the first time. The European Championship. The brand new championship here on Raw, around the waist of its first ever holder. He called the United States Championship a disgrace. The continent, the United States, I believe is North America is what he meant by that. A disgrace. Every former champion a disgrace. Its reign's disgraceful. And I gotta be honest, as much as I like the United States Championship, I can't actually disagree with Drew McIntyre. That's a nice looking championship, you know. It represents a hell of a lot of continents. Whether or not it's ever held by those people is here or there. I mean, obviously Drew McIntyre in this year that is 2010 is European, but who knows what the future could hold for him in 2020. He may not be considered European then, but right now he is, and that's what matters, because this is 2010, don't you fucking forget it. Drew McIntyre looking to erase the United States Championship, which is fair in a weird way, because its history is pretty bad, actually. 9 different champions in less than a year. SmackDown's own Arn Anderson putting his name into the mix for this General Manager's Battle Royal. As I say, you can be a competitor on one brand and general manager on the other, and no matter how you're running the show over on Raw, your reflection as a competitor on SmackDown will not be affected by it. So if Arn Anderson is in charge of Raw as a SmackDown superstar, it's quite favorable for him, because they can't really punish him by throwing him into matches. He's already a competitor. Not the most successful competitor, but he is already a competitor. Arn Anderson. Not exactly what I'd call a fan favorite. Not a lot of people in this Battle Royal are so far. In fact, none of them are. Except for this guy. Here's the first.
From Long Island, weighing 287 pounds,
Mick Foley. Only ever competed here on Raw once, I believe. He's been a member of the Raw roster for a good few months now. Made his debut on NXT. I think he got quite a big victory quite early on. A 2-time hardcore champion. A great guy. Be interesting to see what Raw was like run by Mick Foley. He's the exact kind of guy I think we could use as the general manager. I mean, he's definitely unbiased, that's for sure. And that leaves just one more participant, and we already know who that is.
and their opponent, one half of the World Tag Team Champions,
William Regal or Drew McIntyre winning this match sounds like a nightmare for everyone on Raw. The United Kingdom themselves as a faction would literally rule Raw in every single version of definition of the term. They would be completely and utterly in control. They would have every championship in their names, and they would have the brand as a whole in their names. That is just about the last thing that I think anyone here on Raw would like to see as the result. But here we go, this Battle Royal is on. 6 men in the ring. Last man standing in this over-the-top rope. Yes, I know how to play. This over-the-top rope Battle Royal will be declared the new Raw General Manager. Sorry, I didn't know how to play, apparently. I was thinking of a different game. Ted DiBiase on the ropes. Drew McIntyre. You know, him and William Regal definitely favoring the United Kingdom. Yes, I know. Mick Foley got Arn Anderson up on top. Double A from SmackDown. Nope, elbows his way out of that one. Ted DiBiase, the first person I have to say goodnight to his hopes of becoming a Raw General Manager. I don't know why we're so heavily focused on Mick Foley. It's really strange when that happens. Yep, know how to do that as well, thank you. I said I know how to do it, not that I'm good at it. Arn Anderson really hanging in there. And of course, Heath, as I say, a very interesting situation with Heath Slater, though. I mean, the guy attacked The Undertaker, would assume to protect what he felt was going to be his brand. Would have been quite the upset. could be quite the upset, I should say. I don't know why I said would have been. He's still in this. And, Mick Foley and Regal in control of Arn Anderson. Someone's definitely forgotten the layout of this controller for some reason. And Arn Anderson, oh, he's still in this one.
Slater. Mick Foley, the 6'2" lunatic out of Long Island, New York.
Now he's got the European champion in the corner. Okay, that was weird. Don't know what that was all about. Camera work just really off today. Kevin Dunn clearly got his job back. On the top rope goes Heath Slater. Uh-oh, looking real risky for Slater. And, well, he attacked Undertaker for no reason. I'm sure there'll be no repercussions for that one. Get it? Repercussions? Okay. Arn Anderson, Drew McIntyre, and Regal. And of course, the United Kingdom, a respectful unit, clearly. They're able to face off against each other. That or they're pretending to keep themselves busy and they're not actually hitting each other. It's one of the two. Well, Drew McIntyre, I think you got a little carried away there, buddy. I mean, I guess there's only really supposed to be one member of the United Kingdom winning this Battle Royal after all.
He really feels that the kids of today are too complacent, too busy with their video games and social networking, and that one day...
Yeah, social distancing. They're all just so obsessed with that, those kids.
You can practically feel the wear and tear that's been done throughout this match.
McIntyre managing to stay into this one. Mick Foley and Arn Anderson got to keep their eyes on the prize with the European champion in the ring.
Weekly episodic television show in history. And the pain has to be shooting through his face.
Looks like Arn and Foley are going to work together, perhaps. Is this going to be enough to get out the European champion? I mean, they got him on the ropes. They really got him on the ropes. Oh no, he's fighting him off.
He's coming back through the ropes.
The United Kingdom are the reason that this match is even happening. They declared that this match was going to happen. They announced it was their idea. And there goes on. And we are down to just two, Mick Foley and the European champion himself. Is this going to be enough? Does Foley have what it takes to eliminate Drew McIntyre? I mean, wouldn't that make him the new #1 contender to the European Championship if he did? Foley's got McIntyre up and a big clothesline. Oh my god. Well, there you go. That didn't go the way I think the United Kingdom had planned out. We'll just pretend someone else eliminated Regal. I'm not planning on splitting the United Kingdom, so don't get any ideas, comment section. Someone else clearly eliminated Regal. There was that damn Arn Anderson, he also wears red. Easy mistake. Well, Mick Foley is the brand new Raw General Manager, and we'll see what this show under his hands looks like next week, I guess. How things will change, what plans he's got for Hell in a Cell. I mean, the guy's been put in a tough spot. He's got 1 week to find another 2 matches for Hell in a Cell. But what a show this has been. A brand new General Manager. The United Kingdom maybe not looking so very strong on top as we'd initially thought. And The Undertaker confirming that he will face Sheamus inside Hell in a Cell for the World Heavyweight title. What a show it's been. Can't wait for the next one. Thank you all for watching Monday Night Raw, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night on NXT.